Hello everyone and welcome to Gierok Farms. Today I have an exciting video for you. We are going to be working in the shop here on the farm, putting some new tires on the 7120, the tractor that I purchased this past fall. I'm very excited to set this tractor up and put it to work next year. I've already put about 12 hours on it this fall. So I'm fairly confident that worth sticking some money into and equipping this tractor how I would like. The front tires are really good. Those were practically brand new when I bought it. The rears, there's barely any tread left, so we're gonna put some new tires on the inside here. And then I also bought some axle mounted duals. I have some hubs. So it'll be like our 7810, if you've seen that in the videos. It's not clamp-on style duals like the 1066 or the 7510 or the 7405. It's gonna be a very rigid axle-mounted hub for the tire to bolt onto, which is the way to go long-term if you're gonna be running duals all the time or going up and down the road. But the main idea is to get these tires swapped today for sure, and then hopefully everything slides nice where we can push these rims in and get this tractor set up for 30-inch rows. I'll probably still leave my fronts in the wider stance for now, so they'll be right in between the two rear tires more than likely. That'll probably be the footprint it makes, just to keep my turning radius for now. But if I ever want to be true 30-inch rows for spraying, or even if I was concerned planting, then all I have to do is swap them and have the dish pointed in, take the fenders off, and there you go. We also got a set of weights, and we have some linkage for my 3-point to kind of tidy that up, a seal for the door, things like that. We'll see what we get to today, but the main agenda is to get these tires off, and sometimes tires can be a battle. So I'm gonna get this thing jacked up and we're gonna start on this outer tire here. But before that, thank you all for watching. Thanks for the support. Remember, like, share, comment, subscribe. It's all free and it helps us out a lot. So and now time to break the bead. All right, so we got the tire off and a little rusty inside, but we're gonna clean it up here before we put the other tire on.
This ain't bad.
And take a wire brush or something, try to clean up some of this, especially where the bead has to set.
I don't know if that's just condensation that did that, or if somebody had some fluid in here at one time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen it done without
A tube.
Or if it was a tube, it could have been leaking.
Yeah.
I mean, this tractor's pretty old, so you get who knows.
I could have already had 2-3 sets of tires on easy. All right, so we got the rim all cleaned up. That made a heck of a cloud. And then Dad, he was looking at the date on it. It was made in '91 in April. So I'm assuming the tractor was made around that time too. Maybe we share the same birthday. But anyways, it was made in Canada too. And you were saying this tractor was made when you came here.
91, yeah. We came fall of 91, so I mean, it's kind of interesting. I like the rims, like the John Deere. Some of them, they'll have a drop and then another drop. This has got that, you know, rounded. This has got one good deep drop, which on those Firestones, because I had to fix that one on the 75, they were a bugger. That bead needs to get in someplace so you can get enough to get over the top on the opposite side, where I think this was a better deal. And I think what they were doing, it's just, maybe it's just a cheaper rim to build. It's still a good rim, it's just not tire friendly. And I noticed the fronts are the same way on mine. Yeah, see here, you only got one drop. So your tire bead is up against the backside of this, and then it goes only in an inch, where sometimes there's another drop. But it probably has something to do with the configuration and the strength and all that.
Yeah, so hopefully the new BKT slide on here nice and easy. Dad was joking that the Firestones are a higher quality rubber, so.
They are stiffer, they aren't, but the price shows it too. I noticed these, I got the Dynatorx on the 10. I think mine are just biased though, but they're softer. They're actually made to kind of flex and really give you a nice footprint. They're a good tire, I mean, it's, I don't know, for a tractor this old, you know, you don't want to put too new of shoes on it, you know.
Yeah, of course. We'll see how it goes on here.
It's good, but somebody could say, and I mean, have they put fluid inside these tires without tubes, which I assume they do, but if they get a tire problem, that fluid's gonna be gone, I'm thinking like instantly, but I'm just curious because of the rust, that could be just condensation. This isn't bad. Some of my M's and stuff, some real old tractors have completely rotted out by the stems, and it actually looked good on the outside. You took the tire apart, it's like, oh my God. But this one looks pretty good, so we got most of it out. I don't think Kay's going too crazy, but it's gonna be a lot better if you have a tire problem in the future, repairing it when you get all this gunk out of there, even though we're gonna have a tube in there.
Yeah.
You know, because as far as sealing up now, you probably will, I don't know, but there's a little bit junk there, and we could play around here forever trying to clean that up even better, but the older the rims get, that's just typical.
Yeah, and when Dad was throwing stuff with that big grinder, I put this piece on, this new piece, and kind of tied it in there. I got that little lock too for it, so things are happening to the new Magnum.
Now we could move them wheels now, but I think it'd be harder to put this tire on. And you just paint on the bottom, you spin them as you go.
This ain't a show tractor like all them John Deere's you got. This thing's gotta work. This is the main rig for me here. Come on.
John Deere's the paint cells.
Yeah, marks it up about 20 grand at least. If you guys got any recommendations for putting paint on rims, you let me know down in the comments.
That's got some pretty deep lugs. Look at that. I'll be sticking out of there about 3 inches or better. It's almost like big handles. Big thing is not pinching. taking a bead. And so the tire can drop down into this divot when you're taking it off.
Yeah, this side looks pretty nice.
Pretty typical, I would say, this one. I think that the tractor's been shedded most of the time. And shedding them, I think like days like today with this condensation, they're sweating. Like everything in the shed is, in the cold housing is
Yeah, sitting on a
it's
gravel floor.
Yeah, it's just condensating. It's just how it is.
So we'll clean this one up a little, but it ain't gonna be like the other one.
See, now the issue is this side's gonna be red, that side's gonna be black. I don't know if you could have that.
Nothing a rattle can fix. I gotta paint this guy too.
You know, it looks a little different.
It might be.
It looks like it'll work though. Like this is a little bit wider. Well, where's that tape? All we gotta do is take a grinder right here a little bit. Okay, snip it about right here. I'll get that key. Take that car, I'll go down a little more. Well, maybe right there. Now I touch.
All right, we got the two main tires on. Our duals are mounted. Now we're gonna move on to narrowing these inside tires up and trying to set it up for 30-inch rows. Dad was just doing some measuring. The 7810's rubber is what now?
This is an inch wider, but I think what it is, it sticks out to the edge of the tire more. Those Firestones, the lug kind of tapers in just slightly. It's only an inch, but they look wider, so I mean, as far as track. You're at 18 and those other ones are at 17.
We're gonna see how close we can get here. I've heard it's pretty dang close on the inside there, setting it up for 30-inch rows.
And then you're going from 30-inch from the center of the tractor to the 30-inch to the center of the tire.
Center of the tire.
So right now,
Close as we can.
this one's different from that side, ain't it?
Yep, I was measuring them earlier, and when these guys bumped them out, this side I think is further out than that side for some reason. So hopefully they move nice. I do have that special tool that will help push this stuff in.
Let's get it. We'll find out. That looks like it's right.
All right, so we got this slid in almost as far as we possibly can. And we're pretty centered on 30. I deflated both the tires to just under 20 psi. And we're looking at our hub here for our duals, and I don't know if that's correct or not. We'll have to do some digging, see if that's gonna work or not. I'm sure some of you in the comments already are letting me know that that's right or wrong. But we will see once we do a little more research, because we're not for sure there. We haven't slid this side in yet, but we're going to do that shortly. Right now Dad is looking at our weight bracket, seeing how that's going to bolt on. Supposed to be skinnier.
Well, I'm thinking that's fine the way they were hanging there, but then what holds them? So it's here and here, and I'm thinking some sort of bracket, but there's a hole there, so how does that work? Is it so the two on the end, is there another piece that holds it like here? You know, like a bolt through there? It almost looks like you'd stick a nut and some bracket would come up again, so maybe the two on the end are clamped. So would there be a rod or a bar that would go through, and then the two end ones are what locks it on?
Okay, so we're kind of running into some question marks, I guess you could call them. With this front weight bracket, I know that they said that this is for many different models and it's not, you know, exactly OEM, but they made it sound like it should work yet. It's supposed to work for Magnums. The holes weren't quite perfect, but we got the bolts to go. The bottom bolts, I don't know if they're supposed to be shorter or they're supposed to be spacers or washer stacked or what, but they got real tight at this length here. The top ones, those went in really well and they're nice and tight. And then when it comes to our actual weights, the way they sit on there, it's almost like we need another bracket that bolts and kind of clamps everything together. So if you guys know, let me know down in the comments. I'm probably gonna find out myself here before the video comes out, but I still would like your guys' input down in the comments, those of you that know about these Magnums. I'm gonna have to go look at one or find some online where there's a clear picture of what's going on. Same with these hubs here. If there's supposed to be a deal, some kind of big key here to help lock these on, or if those aren't even the correct ones. Kind of questioning that. But as for the other small parts I bought, those seem to fit just fine. Dad had to shave a little down off of that one, but it fits. So it's a little aggravating that it wasn't just perfect, slap it on and we're good to go. But that's kind of expected with something new. We're still learning here. We're trying things, we're seeing what we can find out. This side we haven't slid in yet, but we got the other side slid. we'll have to leave that for next time. And in the meantime, while I'm away, I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on with these weights and that bracket up front, along with those hubs for the duals. But I'm gonna end off this video here. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for sticking to the end. Make sure to check out GierokFarms.com. Get yourself some of this awesome merch. And thanks for being part of the journey and being part of this whole experience. So we'll be coming back to this project, trying to finish everything up here, get this tractor ready to go for spring, because we're gonna have a lot of work to do and we need this thing to do it. That's gonna be it. We will see you all next time.